Hey everybody, welcome to Chinfat. In this episode, I'm looking at the newly added Generative Extend Tool in Premiere Pro. I'm not really showing a lesson on this as much as because I kind of figured that I want to do a little bit of an experiment with this, because Premiere Pro only allows you to add 2 seconds of video on any video that you have shot, and it will generate 2 extra seconds of that. So let me just show you that really quick, and then I'm going to go into what my experiment was. So I'm going to go over this. I'm going to click on my Generative Extend Tool. We got this little white notch in the top right hand corner of this clip here, which means that is the end of this video. This video won't play. That's all that was recorded. So I'm going to put my generative tool on the edge of that and drag it out. And the furthest that will let me drag that out is by 2 seconds. So that has added 2 seconds onto it. And right now it is generating based on the video that I have here. And that is the last frame of this video here. And as I arrow over it, it's telling me that it is generating, adding 2 seconds of video onto that video clip that is going to be AI generated and extend this dolly shot that I'm doing here. While it's generating, let me show you the dolly shot here. So we got this dolly shot of somebody sitting down, scooting up to the chair, and then starts working on the computer. So let's let it generate, then we'll come back and show you what it did to extend extra 2 seconds and what it adds onto this dolly move. All right, so Premiere Pro has finished generating this. It gives you this little strip here that says AI generated video here. So that's the portion that added. Let's watch to see what this has added here. So this is the stuff that was already shot, and then right here when it hits, you'll notice that's where the AI generated video begins. And there you go, and actually pretty decent. So we've added 2 extra seconds on their video, but a couple things that I noticed here. I'm going to go full screen and show you. Right when the generated video jumps in, some clips it does this seamlessly, and other clips I've noticed it has either a contrast change or an exposure change. Like right here, as I start playing, watch closely. You see that brightness change right there on her face. Here's rewind. Watch on the face, you'll see it turn bright as soon as the AI generated video pops on right there, and it looks like it's a little extra contrasty as well. So it's not perfect, but pretty impressive though that it was able to basically generate 2 more seconds of video onto that there. But like I said, you can see that contrast and brightness change. But what I was kind of curious about is when you go click on the AI generative tool again and you try to drag this out, it will not let you generate any more. It will only do up to 2 seconds. So then I kind of got to thinking, well, how could I trick this to generate more video? So what I did is I right clicked on this here and I said put it in the nest, so it's nesting it as a standalone clip there. And we can name that, I'll just let it name it nested sequence 2, hit OK. And now it's like a standalone video clip here. And now if I grab the generator AI tool here and click it and drag it, and that did not trick it, so that is referencing the original clip, so it will not let me reference anymore. So then I went a step further and thought, well, what if I flatten this by exporting it out to an MOV file? It no longer has it's no longer referencing the generated video that's created within the proprietary software here. So what I did is I exported the video out, then re-imported it into Premiere. I'm going to send this out as a video clip, and then I can add 2 more seconds onto that. So I'm going to go to my export settings here. I'm going to do a QuickTime. I'll set this for a ProRes 422 file. That's fine to retain the quality. This will make the files kind of large, but I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to go to a folder that I've created here, and I'm going to save my videos into here. I'm going to hit save. I'm not going to do audio, just do video. And I'm going to match the settings here of my 1496 by 2960. So I'm going to send that out. That exported quickly. I'm going to import this in, grab that extended video that I just exported out, and there it is right there. Now I'm going to grab this movie file and drag and drop it down and replace my AI generated. So now this is just a full-on regular video clip with that effect of flattened and basically burned into this video clip now. So now we can generate this again. I'm going to generate 2 extra seconds here. And my experiment here was wanting to do this over and over and over again, up to maybe like 2 minutes, and see what sort of movie the Generative Extend tool creates. So let's let that finish, then we'll come back and look at that, and then I'll go into my little extreme experiment here that I did and show you the rest. Okay, so it just generated a new video clip. So remember, like these 2 seconds that are right in here were generated by AI, but I exported them out as just a finalized MOV file. So it got rid of that information, and now it's generated even more. And let's look at what's going on here. So let's go to the beginning, play through this. And one thing that I really noticed here, I'm going to pause it and show you, is right where she right where the generative video starts, right here for the next 2 seconds. Notice that the body is kind of moving around and everything, and all of a sudden she just holds still. Watch this. She just freezes. Boom. She's just like frozen at the computer. No typing, no moving the mouse. The dolly still looks really good. Everything's parallaxing in the background. Everything's parallaxing in the background. And the continued AI generated video. So like I said, this was originally generated AI, and now this is generated. This is continuing generating more AI based on this video that was created by AI. So play this through, and the dolly keeps on continuing, and she just keeps on staring, not moving. So what I did is I exported this one out again. So I exported it, flattened as an MOV file, imported that exported out movie file, dropped it and replaced it with the AI generated video, and then generated 2 more seconds. And I did this over and over and over again, up to 40 times. So as I kept doing this, I want to show you what I ended up with. So this is all the video that I exported, replaced, and extended the video up to 40 times. And let me show you the final movie here. And here's my final movie here after doing that 4 times. The clip ended up being about 1 minute and 27 seconds. The original video was 3 seconds long. And with this final video, about 3 seconds in, this is where this is where AI takes over. And look at what we got here. As we play through this, she freeze frames. So we're holding very, very still. What I noticed here, a couple things, you do get a little bit of like kind of flashiness from what was the original monitor reflections, things that were reflecting off the monitor on the table. So it does have that in there, but then as it gets further out, notice there is nothing on the movie screens. It has really no information from what was on the movie screens. And these are also flat monitors, so look at what it starts doing. But look at the weird, these are kind of highlights in the hair that starts emphasizing the highlights. And my theory behind this is each video that it generates, it loses a little bit more information and a little bit more information, and this compounds and starts building this weird, freaky image here. Well, look at this. The screen starts like bulging out in little pieces, and then look at the chair. You got these like light streaks here from the light that was down here, the light that was coming in through the windows. And then it starts molding and reshaping and doing this weird thing where the images become really like almost posterized and just like very weird colors that are kind of melting together. Almost feels like a psychedelic trip on acid or something like that. So yeah, look at this. Let's let this finish off here. And the human begins to disappear, and the arm begins to stretch, and the monitors go into... this is the weird thing right here. Look at these morphe shapes down here, and watch what happens down here in a few seconds after we get this kind of... It almost looks like a screensaver on an old Mac computer or something like that. Watch down here. Here it comes. I think. Some weird lines. There we go. Weird like raindrops or like snowflakes or something flashing around, like I don't know what that is. Anyway, so yeah, that's what you get from beginning to end as we go through this. Let me do this at the fast forward. You can kind of see the quick warp. I'll do this like 4 times speed here, and you'll see it kind of warp from what used to be a human being into these kind of hard contrasty shapes, and then kind of starts blending into this amorphous, weird, psychedelic trip. And then you end up with these little snow dots down there. So anyway, there's no point to this video at all. It's just me experimenting and seeing what AI would do if it had to keep generating already previously generated video. And it looks funky. I thought it would end up with more of just a weird, just dolly shot that we still had the person looking normal. But no, this like gradually starts grabbing the highlights in the hair and does all this funky stuff to us. So anyway, yeah, so that's how I like to waste my time. Thanks for watching Chinfat, and if you have any questions or comments, please post them below.